At the NCPA this week, NCPA Legislative Director Brian Williams reports from Washington that oil, Afghanistan, and the scramble for a House Speaker are at the forefront.
This week in Washington, the House voted to lift the ban on exporting crude oil. The House Republicans are trying to put together a new leadership, and General John Campbell was in Washington to update the President and Congress on progress in Afghanistan. Now, there's about 9,800 American troops under General Campbell's command in Afghanistan. The President's plan was to draw down those troops to about half that number this year, then down to about 1,000 troops next year, mostly to guard the embassy. Now, that cannot happen without some pretty serious national security consequences to the United States. General Campbell said that with only 1,000 troops, he would not be able to carry out some necessary counterterrorism operations to protect the U.S. national security.
NCPA President and CEO Alan West welcomed Speaker Glenn Beck to kick off the annual NCPA's Sumner Scholars Public Policy Weekend in Irving, Texas. More than 250 people attended the luncheon, and nearly 60 Sumner Scholars were on hand for the weekend of sessions with policy experts.
Imagine a world without Walt Disney. This is his original Disneyland prospectus. This is what he brought to the bank in 1953. This is rejected November 1953. He finally gets funding in 1954. November 1954. He opens the park July 1955. Tell me we're the same nation. You couldn't open that park, period, today. Let alone say, I'm going to open it in 9 months.
This week, the NCPA published Part 2 of Devin Herrick's study explaining why drug prices are climbing so high, especially generics. And we wanted to mention the NCPA Capitol Hill briefing on tax reform held last week with Alan West, Beacon Hill Institute Executive Director and NCPA Senior Fellow David Turk, and Bill Beach, Chief Economist for the GOP Senate Budget Committee.
Investments not occurring, not because investors are evil, billionaires and millionaires and so forth and so on. It's because they can't make their hurdle rate. And the hurdle rate, they can't make it because taxes are too high.
Your support enables the NCPA to continue these programs and research. Thank you from America's Think Tank.